Okay, let's see how this works. It says I'm good. Okay, let's see. Hello, everyone. This is definitely a rather impromptu live stream. I wasn't really going to become live, but I figured I should since I didn't get a chance to edit the video, and I thought it would be a good idea. I have my desktop over here, which is where I'm looking, because that's where I have the chat going. So if any of you are here, hello. I'll just put in hello all, just so everybody knows I'm here. So anyway, I am currently live. So if you can't tell from the title of this live stream, I'm going to try to talk about organization a little bit, because I need to get organized, which is part of why I've been all over the place. I've been working on organizing better. If you knew me in grade school, high school, college, you would have said I was very organized. And the thing was, I was, but my system didn't really adapt from school to the real world very well, because I was struggling with, in grade school and in high school and in college, I had hanging files because my mom always worked in an office, so she always had hanging files. So I was very, very used to having hanging files for different things. And I had a hanging file for each of my courses in high school and in college. That's how I kept organized in college and in high school, and that worked really well for those things. Like in college, I had a folder for each of my courses and then the groups I was part of, and that was perfect for organization in college. But then comes the real world. Hi, Brianna. Hello, hello. Yep, my computer over this way is where my chat is. So if I'm turning that way, it's turning to the other screen. I'm going to try to stay with all of you though. But hello, Brianna. So I'm talking about organization because my organization methods, I've realized in the last 2 years that I needed to change something, because moving on from the college-based one where everything is by a semester, by a course, you could put everything for one course in a file and everything's good to go. And then every group had its own file folder in my hanging file system. I used like the milk crates that you see back here. These are ones that I got, I'm pretty sure they were from Walmart a while ago. I got a bunch of them in my college years, and hanging files fit in them. And so I used them for organizing all of my classes. But it became obvious once I entered the real world, as I like to call it, when you graduate from your undergrad and you're like, okay, I'm in the real world. Now I needed to find a way to organize. And I really did not have a very good system for organizing at the time when I left college. Like I said, I'd been using the organizing system that I've had like for grade school and high school and college, and it worked for those, where you kept everything for the class together. But life isn't really divided into classes per se, and I didn't have a way to really manage things. And this became clear to me 2 years ago when I was um, realizing that I needed to keep medical information in one spot, like health insurance things. I needed to keep student loan information in one spot. I needed to keep all of my documents in an area. And I realized I didn't have any like system that was going to work. So I've been working on trying to get such a system working. I've been working on organizing my little file cabinet. I have a 2-drawer file cabinet that my parents got me after I graduated from undergrad, and that has been a blessing because the milk crates work great if you just have one, and each milk crate fits about what's in a drawer in my file cabinet. But if you have more than one, it's really, you can't like stack them very well, and so you kind of start to have problems because you can't access the things that are in the lower ones. And especially with having to deal with like your own health insurance when you graduate, your own bills, paying all your own bills, paying rent, paying for your student loan payments, all of that stuff is just crazy kind of to try to keep track of it. And I had to come up with a system, and that's what I came up with, was organizing my stuff with hanging files, because I've always had hanging files and used them well. Let's check the comments. Marcia, you love the milk crate idea. So do I. The milk crate idea has been awesome. Like, not only does it hold hanging files, but they also hold all my like crap I need to go through. that's what this area is over here on top. In this area of my room of office, I have my my files are on this edge. The things I need to go through, all my papers, incoming mail, that kind of stuff. In front of the milk crate, I have some letters I need to respond to. I promise if I'm writing you a letter, I'll get to it. It's been a while. Then I have my pile of this is like I have like some magazine type stuff and some books that were just hanging out, and I need to figure out where to put them for sure. There's also some packing material, if you can see in there, because I just got a shipment from Amazon with some organizing stuff. I got these little things. I haven't tried these yet, but I got these little tiny little zipper pouches that I'm going to use to organize my put my headphones in one, and they're different colors. There's like a pack of 5 with different colors, and they weren't too bad price-wise, and so I used a gift card. But I got these like things to hold my cords for like my headphones, and then my charging cords for when I travel, so they don't get messed up together. Because some of you might remember I mentioned that I'm going to be going to a conference this summer, and I'm going to be traveling. So I'm going to try out them. Right now they're just, that fell, but right now they're just hanging out over here until I figure out where I'm going to put that stuff. Okay, Brianna says you have a hanging file bucket. Your grandma got it from you, but now it's overstuffed. I have one of those too. I've got this little hanging file thing. It currently doesn't have anything in it. It was all of my tax information that yesterday and this Saturday I worked on transferring all of my tax stuff that didn't fit in there anymore into a drawer in my file cabinet. Yeah, it took up a little bit of space. Jacqueline, I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Jacqueline? Maybe? Jacqueline? Off topic, sorry, but can you do a video of a day in the life of a consecrated virgin? That would be my goal this summer. I want to try to do one. It's really hard to do day in my life videos when I'm working, because I work at a school district, so I can't like film 8 hours of my day. So it's a bit hard to do the day in the life. So yes, Jacqueline, I would love to. It just might be a little bit before I can get to that. I'm kind of hoping this summer that I'll be able to do some sort of a day in the life vlog type video. Okay. Brianna, yes, you like that idea of that video, day in the life? Yes, that's going to happen. Probably, hopefully this summer is my goal for that. And yeah, student loan papers do take over, Brianna. I get you. My student loans are kind of scary. I have to go through all of my student loan paperwork, because what I've been doing is throwing everything that I get related to student loans in one file folder, but I don't have it organized at all. And I have loans from different banks, so I'm really need to go through and organize that at some point. I promise I'll get to it eventually. I'm making my loan payments, though. That's a good thing. I'm organized enough to do that. So I've been working on organizing all of this stuff, and this stuff is just what I have to organize yet, and I won't bother showing you. I have a pile on the floor over here of things. A lot of that stuff is things that came from my religious ed classroom. We had to clean out our classrooms entirely this year because we had to clean them out entirely because we're going to be moving classrooms. They're going to be adjusting classrooms based on the size of the classes instead of based on which classroom we've always been in. So I had to clean out a lot of things from my religious ed classroom, and that's kind of taking over here until I get that stuff figured out where I'm going to put it. Some of it probably won't go back to a religious ed classroom because I have no need to have 3 reams of paper in different colored construction paper types stuff in my classroom at religious ed. And that paper was stuff that I had bought for one activity, and it was cheaper to buy like a ton of it than to buy just the pages I needed. It was confusing. Okay, so student loan papers. Yes, exactly. Marcy finished paying off her student loans 7 years ago. Yes, I'm so glad you finished paying off your student loans. I'm making the payments, but I have to organize all my paperwork because I don't like the financial paperwork. Just bugs me sometimes. So I try to do online statements for all of my bank accounts, which is very convenient because then I can just like save them in a file on my desktop and I know where they are. But the paperwork that always comes, I'm like, there's so much of it, and so much of it, student loan financial bank paperwork is just like, it's hard for me to read. Maybe it's the number thing, or they just talk about all these bank statements are not fun to read. I can balance checkbook though. I balance my checkbook all the time. Oh, Brianna, you're still in college. Awesome. College is a great thing to be in. I'm in my grad school courses, as you've heard me talk about. I'm hoping to have all my grad school courses done by December. So that's my goal, to be done with college by December. Or my graduate courses, but Awesome, awesome. So, yeah, I'm working on organizing, so I thought I'd just give you a picture into my life of that. I'm organizing, and it isn't always pretty. I can sometimes pick like to sit with my phone, my camera like this, so it all looks beautiful. You don't notice how how messed up things are, because in the background things get messy and stuff. And it's life. Not everything's going to be beautiful all of the time. So let's see. But yeah, I've been organizing things, and I have these like notebooks. I think this one is actually a moleskin that I'd gotten. They had them on a double pack on sale at Sam's Club once, and I like notebooks a lot. They're just the lined notebooks, but I like to write things down, and I just kind of like I just go in and doodle random things. Like here are my notes from the Gebira video that I did. I wrote down things I wanted to make sure I said, and then I just kind of talked, which is how I normally do my videos. I just talk, but I like to have notes, especially for this one because I was referencing things. So I've been using these notebooks to organize my thoughts, what's going on in my life. Yeah, that one's a fun one to do. I have a lot of ideas written in these notebooks, so I'm not going to show you too much into them, but I've been trying to stay organized because organization is so important. So that's what I've been doing, and sometimes things are prettier in the camera because I can frame things nicely and you don't see all the crazy mess going on around me. Oh, Brianna, that's okay. Don't be worried about being 31 and still in college with all the 20-somethings. You probably know more than they do because I just want to say, when I started college, I didn't realize how real the real world was, and that, things are different in the real world than they are in college and high school. Yeah, the real world is a shock to a lot of college students when they graduate. Just saying, you probably know more than them in that topic. Okay, let's see. So yeah, I was just talking about organizing my stuff. Part of when I might be strange like this, but I like lots of different pens, so I keep my pens in mason jars. So I have like the pens I use more frequently. Hey, there's a scissors in there too. These are my fun colored pens. I have more fun colored pens. Like I have a lot of mason jars that I just keep things in, and that's part of how I organize my desk area, and it works for me right now. So that's nice. If it works for me, I'm not changing things too much, but I am trying to get some more systems kind of in place to organize because I've been doing a lot of reading on different types of filing systems so that I can keep my file cabinet organized even when things change and things get added and all of that. So it's just, yeah, staying organized is important. And I just wanted to make sure you all know that I'm not the most organized person. I look the most organized sometimes because I frame things in the camera, but I am doing really well on keeping some things organized, like my papers. I've really been working on those because I know that there's something I struggle with is all of those financial statements. And I also have a pile, like a box, like one of those milk crates full. I think it might actually be part of that milk crate is cards from people that I haven't, I've responded to the cards, but I have all these cards and I'm like, it's the sentimental value of, do I get rid of something that somebody sent me, that my grandparents sent me? So I'm still working on trying to decide what I'm going to do with all of them, which is part of why that milk crate there has so much in it. It's got a lot of cards, like Christmas cards, or I think there might even be some graduation cards from college in there. That was a while ago, but it's just the sentimental stuff. I might scan it in and just like save a picture of it, but even then I'm like, oh, sometimes it's nice to have the real thing. I go back and forth with wanting to save everything, but it's not always possible to save everything. Yeah, so that's it. I don't really have a whole lot for this video, really. I just wanted to pop in and say organization's important, and I'm trying to get more organized with everything. I'm doing pretty decent, like, I'm doing a lot better than my little sister. She just throws things all in a pile. It's kind of funny. She can't find things, but don't tell her I said that. Shh. I don't think she knows this channel exists. That's okay. Anyway, yeah. Oh, Brianna uses cards as decor for holidays. I keep some cards, like the ones I really like, and I have framed some of them, actually. I don't know if you can see it from where I'm sitting here. I'll move you guys so you can see it, because this is actually a postcard. I framed some postcards that I really enjoyed from places. This one is from the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe in La Crosse. I framed the postcards. I have more postcards framed in my bedroom, but I like to have. They're pretty, so I wanted to keep them somewhere I could see them. So yeah, I frame postcards sometimes. I was really excited when I realized they actually fit in the frame perfectly. It was like, yay! So yeah, yeah. So yes, that's a great idea of using cards for decor. Yeah, now you know how to use your orange milk crate. Well, I'm glad to give you some ideas. Most of them actually have little thingies on the side, so they hold the little rails that can hold the hanging files, which is very convenient. Um, Most of the hanging files I have are ones that I got in high school, so they were like a ginormous pack from Sam's Club of like I don't know, like 100 of them, and they're the green color, so they're that kind of like I want to say the ugly file folder green. I never really liked the ugly file folder green, so um, when I have money someday, eventually, maybe I'll get some fun colored ones so that I can color code my system. Because right now I kind of have things divided into like 6 main categories, and it's working for me right now, and we'll see how it goes with me as I keep expanding my organization thing. My file cabinet's going to get bigger. I have more than what would fit in just the 2 drawer file cabinet I have, so I am planning to use a milk crate or two as like my archive for my file system, because I don't need to keep all of my past year's tax things in my current file cabinet. But it's not, you don't normally want to like throw away your tax stuff right after you get your tax return, because I've been told that I shouldn't do that by my mother. My mother used to work in at an accountant's office, so she kind of knows the tax stuff. So she's like, "Don't get rid of it for like 10 years." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm trying to find a way to accumulate and keep some of that stuff without taking over my file cabinet. Okay. Maybe I'll hang out for just a few more minutes. If there's any more questions, I don't mind answering questions if you have any. And then I will probably let you all have a more wonderful Monday night without me taking up your TV or your computer or your phone, because I'm sure that that's just great. I don't always make sense. Sometimes I pretend I do. Like every 3 to 5 years. You only keep taxes 3 to 5 years, maybe? I don't know if that's in reference to my tax stuff. My mom always just told me to save my tax stuff basically forever, so she actually has tax documents saved from when she married my dad, which was she got married right after high school. So she's got tax things that are like eons old, but she keeps them in like this paper box thing. I don't know. It's in the basement somewhere. I don't really pay too much attention to that. I just know that I'm supposed to save things because she says I should. I do have a big, big box, like a big, like ginormous tote, like one of those ginormous plastic totes with the covers that go on top, like the interlocking covers. I don't know how big the tote is, but it's like massive. I don't know what the size is though for sure. But it's full of journals from when I was in grade school and high school. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I might just end up getting rid of them, because most of them are probably just random. I might like go through them, and if there's anything I want to save it. But I've been trying to decide if I'm going to get rid of them. I kind of end up a little bit sentimental sometimes about some of my journals, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of those. But I do want to downsize some of my journals, because I don't need to have like a ginormous tote that you can't even lift full of journals. Hello, Carlos. Hello, hello. I'm just hanging out for maybe a few more minutes. If there's any questions, I talked about my organization-ish system that I've kind of got going on here. I've been working on it, and I'm doing a lot better than I was. I mean, I did clean up. This whole area is actually organized right now, and yeah, my pile on the floor, that stuff is just mostly religious ed stuff that I need to figure out where I'm going to put it till I find out my classroom is, and I won't know that until August or September. So probably September when we get registrations forms back from all the families. So yeah. Okay, Brandy, you're talking about all the paperwork. Yeah, keep it for a couple of years. And I don't need to keep all of the past year stuff in my 2-drawer file cabinet because it doesn't fit. Just to be honest, I have, especially with student loan documents, you get so many student loan documents. They send you so much crap, I almost want to call it. But some of it, I might need it. So anyway, that's all I've really got for all of you. It was great to hang out with those of you that were able to make it. And I have a video idea for Wednesday's video. It's going to be awesome, hopefully, if I can get it done. I've been working on some grad school stuff too. That's why I've been a little bit behind the times, but popping in for these live streams works as well. It's, nothing too great. It's just me talking to all of you. Hope you enjoyed chatting about organization and whatever else came up. I will see you all next time. So yeah, please make sure you like and subscribe. I think I'm supposed to say that like every time. Well, most people say that every time. But yeah, I have a little banner thingy that says please subscribe. It's very nice. I made it myself. So yeah, please subscribe, like, let me know in the comments how you keep yourself organized. I'd love some more ideas because I'm still kind of trying to develop a system that's going to work for me for everything I do because yeah, you can never have too many ways to organize. I will see you all next time. God bless.